What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Epic Mixdown channel. My name's Jared. In this video, we're just going to be deciding if it's better to use a clipper or a limiter on the drum bus. So without further ado, let's get into this track right here that we're going to use for the example. It's just a track that I'm in the process of actually writing to, and then we'll probably have a fuller deep dive into the mix. But for now, I just thought it'd be fun to play a little snippet, play the demo. By all means, demo vocals, not even finished writing, but we'll play it and then we'll mix the drums real quick with a drum bus and saturation, yay, limiter, yay. Here we go. Check it out. And I know everything that I'm trying to get back to me, 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 back to me. All right, so there's the gist right there. You get a little hook action, demo hook. Love this record. It is giving. It is giving. It's giving. There's awesome nostalgic vibes to me from like that early 2010s era. Some whiz vibes. Very cool. Very poppy. So anyways, we come in here, we have a kick and a snap. Really riding this whole drum part for a majority of this record. Until we get here, we have some more interesting drums. So for this video, we are just going to focus on this more hip hop style drums when we come into right here. Yeah, so looks like we got a verb on this clap, huh? A verb. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I like that. That sample may get swapped out from the final version, but we'll do a nice little loop here. So I'm really not gonna mix each individual channel right here. I'm kind of just gonna get good levels, and then we'll go in and we'll hit the drum bus. Okay, I like the level of everything. Let's pull up our drum bus, and we are gonna first, I will say, we'll do some processing before we just hit it with a clipper. Let's pull up Orion, which is a pretty cool plugin if you haven't used it or watched a million videos on the internet yet. But it's always good to just turn these all off. Okay, here's why. They're gonna completely change the tone of your drums. Okay, it's a lot of harmonic addition here, and you want to just go one by one, left to right. So let's take a listen. Good levels going in. It instantly just added so much to the kick, so much weight. And it's crazy because it's damn near the same true peak on the drum bus fader, which is absolutely insane to hear that sound just get fatter and wider. Next, we're going to move into this harmonic section. Take a listen. And that's for sure adding some thump to the kick. We did gain some energy there. Not going to use the compressor, don't like it. The lift is some sorcery. Now, this thing's crazy. Let's listen. This is almost like a clipper in itself or something. Take a listen. So you know what it really reminds me of is almost like a transient shaper. Leave a little bit. This is an awesome section of Orion. Honestly, you could really just use this on anything, vocals, melodic stuff. This section is awesome. Harmonic EQ, as it says right down here, but it really, really is going to just add some awesome sound to any sample you're using. So let's take a look. I'm going to twist some of these, boost, and then, but I'm really focused on like this 1K area, maybe the 3K. Let's take a listen. Just real quick, let's see if we like the loud or the grit. Parallel slide faders. So the grits, for sure, shortening the decay time. Listen to the snare and the kick. Definitely adds a little more. I'm not going to use it for right now, but real quick, we'll just A and B what we have done. I mean, the kick's completely different. Actually, let's gain stage it a bit in the Orion. All right, so at minus 3.9 or 3.1. Yo, that kick is gross. How much different that changed. Okay, so now what we're all here for, let's decide if we want to clip our drum bus after or use a limiter. A lot of people are going to use Gold Clip. It's expensive. I don't have it. K-Clip's freaking awesome. If you don't have it, highly recommend it for an option. Don't know the price, but it was way more affordable than Gold Clip. It was the first clipper I actually bought. When I learned about clipping, I like it. And what I'll do is there's different ways to use the clipper. On this, I'm actually just going to set the threshold to whatever my peak is on my fader, and then I'm going to feed into it. I know you can use the output and like for instance, let's say I wanted to clip 1 dB. I could drive the input till I get 1 dB gain reduction, and then whatever this number is, I can put the output minus whatever this number is, and then leave this here up, if that makes sense. So you're kind of like gain staging your clipping, if that makes sense. But for now, I'm going to set the threshold and then drive into the threshold. So 3.1. Let's pull up a pull up a limiter so you can see what's actually happening. Pull up the L2 real quick, just so you can see the effects of this lovely, lovely, lovely plugin of K-Clip. So let's look at the peaks without it. Now on. Off. On. Off. I mean, even at 1 dB of clipping right here, 1.2, it sounds really good. You get a little slight distortion in the kick, but it's tasteful and it sounds good. But everything sounds louder and more punchier. And what we're doing here is by setting the threshold to whatever your peak point is on your fader and then driving into the clipper is, as you saw over here, your peaks started to even out at the threshold. And then the quieter parts were getting louder as well. So that's why things feel louder. All right. So I do like how that sounds. Now, we don't really need to show the limiter as we use our other limiter option. I guess it would be kind of cool to experiment which clipper to use, what sounds different. Make a different video for that because I only have 2 clippers. Used to have 3. Used to have the T-Rax, which I liked a lot, but I can't remember what my login is to get access to that plugin again. But that was really cool. I like to clip in parallel on my 808s. Used to make them super fat, and I can't do that anymore. I don't have that plugin. So, where is my limiter I want to use? Yahtzee. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Bang. We're gonna pull up. Just remind me on. Now there are different There are different settings you can use here with whatever type of mode you're going with. So I'm not going to dive too deep into that right now, but um, all right, leave that right there. We're going to go with, we'll start off on IRC3 crisp, and then maybe I'll spin through some of these so we can hear the difference. Okay. That sounds really good. Okay, let's A and B it. Ready? Without. With. Without. With. All right, now, what's good about this technique and idea is you're setting a limit on your fader and you're driving into that, getting anywhere from 1 to 2 dB of gain reduction, and that is strictly to taste for how you're manipulating the level of maybe your kick or snare. That's the loudest point for whatever the limiter is hitting first, as far as that high peak on the kick of the snare. Some might like the taste of how it sounds with the limiter. Some may like the clipper. Let's see if we notice a difference. Ready? Without, clipper, limiter, clipper, limiter, clipper, limiter, clipper. Honestly, I like the sound of the clipper better. I really feel like the clipper kind of maintains the integrity of the transients and the sound of the drums itself. I feel like that doesn't change too much the tone of the kick. One last time. Like it's sure the kick has a heavier thump to it. But yeah, I mean for me, I've used both techniques. I've even clipped going into a limiter, but there was a time where I really stuck with clipping my drums as the last thing in my drum bus, and then I really got away from clipping and went into limiting, and it worked really well for me. But now I'm back on the clipping, and I'm really not trying to like just chop transients. Now keep in mind a lot of your samples you use already. most of them are like pre-mastered slash mastered sounds. So a lot of them are actually like maxed out and even are clipped. You know what I'm saying? So like there's not a lot of processing you have to do on samples too much anymore. It's really good to check the waveforms depending on what you're using. We can make a video on that. But yeah, I mean that's hopefully you're able to hear the difference in this video for the experiment that we happen to run in this little video here between clipping and limiting, which you prefer, a good way to go about it. And I know I didn't speak too much. I hope you can't hear that. But yeah. Um so yeah, when it comes to limiting, you can do this with many different limiters. I happen to like the Ozone 9 for this, but basically you're driving into a brick wall and squashing, turning down the transient and the peak as opposed to a clipper that is literally just cutting it off. So both gonna create different sounds. I will say when it comes to drums, you mainly will use a clipper on drums as opposed to using a clipper on like, a piano. Saying you can't, just saying. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.